Wait. 3, 2, 1. And here we go.
Woo. Are you going to ask questions or should I just
No, I don't. No, it is. We don't need now.
Okay, so I'm just going to talk freely.
Yeah, you can freely.
Okay. This is a testimonial for All right, we go again. This is a testimonial for Jerome Behrens, Be Mind, and the Wim Hof winter weekend in Vogus, France, and what I take out of it. I would like to tell you a little bit about it. I myself am a Wim Hof method instructor. I passed last year, and I was talking to the group earlier on about how the feeling of being on a travel compared to a workshop or doing the 10-week online course, and the difference in it. And the difference for me personally, I am an instructor, as mentioned, but it feels like being a blue belt, for example, in BJJ. You don't really know too much. It's experience and challenging yourself that makes this complete. Well, not complete. You're constantly learning anyway with this method. You can stop, of course, but you're not learning anything. So it's a constant development, and you might find yourself going back into bad habits. So for me, it was just very, very important to be here, to understand again what caught me at the beginning, to be vulnerable. No, you're not the instructor when you're here, even though, of course, I'm helping people as well. But you realize the essence of what you're doing here, which is not about the cold, which is not about the breathing session, which is not about the 3 pillars. You can make it that simple, but on a day-to-day basis, if that's the only crutch you've got, it's not enough. You've got to look at the whole picture of who you surround yourself with, which is on one of Jerome's trips, you will very instantly have a tribal feeling. You will feel the group love. You will feel openness, which may be hard to transplant in your day-to-day life, but which should be a goal. That should be your goal, is to surround yourself with open, loving people. Okay, it might be a bit more difficult. Your family might not understand exactly where you're coming from, but maybe they can with your openness. If you project that openness, and these travels, I find, open that up, and you just realize, okay, the breathing and the 3 pillars, it really is just a crutch for this global feeling, the challenges that you're doing, breaking open blockages that you have inside yourself, taking that suitcase of emotional garbage and behavior and bunging it off the side of a cliff because it serves you no purpose. And it's a constant work, so you will have a new suitcase of crap somewhere down the line. So that's what I mean by a constant work in progress.
Can you talk about the blockade where we work with Jerome in what you also said with the challenge and something, but we work to a point that we go to the mirror, to our so we have the blockade, we have the mirror, and then we go through. Can you something tell about it?
Yes. For example, one exercise that we did do.
No, I don't want the exercise. What happened with your feeling?
Oh, okay.
So can you explain?
Yeah.
So for me, what you tell is not only the challenge, it's not only the water. So Jerome is growing up, he's building up, and then we have our blockade, then we have the mirror, and then the power.
Yeah. Okay. So as I was mentioning and talking about with this suitcase of emotional baggage and negative behavior. And you can use the cold as a mirror of these feelings. So when you do go into the cold water, there really is no space for this baggage and these behaviors. And everybody has differing behaviors. Some people want to be in control. Some people aren't open or have a certain softness about them. They are tense in the water. And the cold doesn't allow any room for that. He says, you have to deal and confront me now, and you have to confront me with you, the real you. So it is a mirror. It projects what you see, and you see a tense, angry person. That will be released in the cold water because you have to confront it. And
I mean also the blockade. So Jerome is building with the water, with the challenge, and with the meditation. Then he go to the point of the blockade. So we discuss about the blockade.
Yeah.
Then he said the blockade, write it down, the mirror, and then we come through so we change in our. That's I like to hear. Is that also your experience?
Yes. At the beginning, you define your blockage, and we present it in the group stage. So you're already fairly open with the group. You know there is something there to work on, and you work on it through breathing exercises, getting into an emotional state. And it's not just the Wim Hof breathing. That is a perfect beginning for it. But you do other breathing exercises and meditations that really opens you up. And of course, not being shy in front of a group as well is very important in that. But it's not something that's forced. It's something that comes very naturally through these exercises. And you do the physical exertion as well when you're walking through the woods. It's not a trip, it's not a holiday. It's not like you're going to walk to the next bar and have a tequila and a Campari orange. You're there to come out of your comfort zone. To confront your problems is coming out of your comfort zone for everybody. Nobody wants to peel back that onion of their problems. And you kind of, in a natural, unforced way, not forced, but you unravel this onion to find the essence of yourself. And there was one young man in the course who did describe that we are all the same, and I believe this too, that we are all little light bulbs, and our experiences, how we grew up, that creates the onion. It's layer after layer. So we're all a little bit different, but we're all inside the same. And you work your way up towards the end of the trip, where you go into the water and you use the water, the cold exposure, as a mirror. It's a mirror of yourself. And in that moment, you can really release. You've got this blockage in your head for the last couple of days. You've been thinking about it. It's not just painful all the time to think about it. You're working on it. You're talking to other people about it. But the final moment is when you go into the water and there's the mirror. It's the truth. It's the truth of yourself. And it might throw up other questions and a blockage behind that, but you know what to work on instead of covering up with stuff with everyday life, grabbing your iPad, watching TV, and not working on those problems. You're confronted with yourself. You're confronted with other people's challenges and blockages. So you do realize we are all the same. We all have something that we need to release and work on to improve ourselves, to improve our happiness, and that's one of course, the main slogans of Inner Fire and Wim Hof method is to be strong, happy, and healthy, and all the rest is bullshit. And that's something that can be taken to heart. It doesn't really matter how you get there, but that is the goal. And these tools set you up in a very short period of time. That was a lot of crap, wasn't it?
10 minutes.